Hey all, how you doing today? Today we're going to talk about game theory. But we got to talk about body and soul first. We got to talk about duality. Okay, now I don't know. Some people have an understanding of the capitalized name as a straw man. Yeah, I don't really like that term. But it's a term that it's been used for a long time. I don't use that term. I call it artificial person because that's really what it is. It exists in form only, and it is metaphysically abstracted from our upper lowercase name. And so that's intellectual soul. And that's the part of us that comes from the universe that God created. Okay. And this is not a United States law thing. Okay. This goes back centuries. This is all based on moral theology and things of that nature. And so anyhow, so what we have here is you got to think that you got the upper lowercase name, and your body and flesh, and you got the capitalized name, the artificial person. That's been made independent from you and I, the flesh and blood man. And so what they're doing here is because the all caps name is an artificial person, it exists in the minds of others, and it can be taken from us, and it can be used by others, and it can be cut and chopped in all these little different pieces. Why? Because it exists in form only. It has no material being. Okay, and so what they're doing here, what they're doing with this game theory. This is what I have here. Got this document right here. Incentive mechanisms for federated learning from economic game theory. And so what they're doing, and this is literally a game. So you got to literally think of what we're talking about here. We're pawn. That artificial person is a pawn, a player in a game. The only problem is we don't know. We're not willing. In this paper, we're referred to as the uninformed cooperatives. So in other words, we're the pawns in this game. And as a matter of fact, it even says here, and this describes the whole game. But I want to say let's refer to this as it's a non-cooperative game that assumes information such as feature, payoff, function, and strategy of the players are the common knowledge among players, which is termed the complete information game. However, in practice, a player may not be fully aware of the information of the other players. Did you even know that you were in a game? But you didn't. But we are. We're all in the game. And what is the game that we're competing for? Competing for profits and revenue, of course, power and control. That's the whole point of this is. The whole point of this is so the data owners, like CoreLogic, they're the big money winners by taking advantage of us, the uninformed cooperatives. So this is a very scary document here, because what they're talking about here is, remember, we're talking about technology now. We're talking about computers. So we're talking about artificial intelligence, and this is the game theory that's going into building the artificial intelligence, essentially, because what it's doing is it's molding this game, which by the way we're not privy to know about, and so we're the pawns, so that these data owners can become wealthy, rich, and pawn us out, sell us off, slave us out, and or pimp us out, and profit from us, while we remain in a state of ignorance. And that's the whole point here. That's the problem we have right now. We got where we're at today because Donald Trump exists, because we don't know about ourselves, our soul, our intellectual property, our capitalized name. Donald Trump knows it very well. He's a master at it. He's got, like I'm going to say, he must have, Donald Trump must be trademarked hundreds of times. He knows that's where the money's at. So does Elon Musk. And that's true. And it's with the data owners, is how you use that data. Now, this is the game. This game theory here describes exactly that. So what it's doing here, this is trying to create a game or a machine learning so that you and I are totally ixnayed out of the puzzle completely. And that's really what we're going for. We're going towards the Hunger Games here. That's what we're going for. But this sets up the algorithms and all these complex equations that plays this game. It's a global game that uses us in every possible way to profit from us. Now, here's the thing: we have rights in this game. we're rights holders. We're not stakeholders. We're rights holders. And so what we need to do is we need to, if we choose to, I choose to, and if you choose to, and I think we all should choose to, is we've got to take a look at ourselves. Stop, this all these social issues, this division that we have, Democrats and MAGAs, and I'll be honest with you, I do not like MAGA movement because it's people that have been brainwashed on lies, and that's not a good thing. And then you got the Democrats on the Democratic sides, and we're the protesters, and you guys are, it's ludicrous, but that's the state that we're in right now. And one of the reasons why we're in this state is because we don't know who we are. What's our responsibility here? What is our responsibility in this game? Well, according to this, we have no responsibility because we're to be kept in the dark about this thing. So just think for a minute, all these things that are diversions that we pay so much attention to, social issues and transgender and all this stuff, all these things are just ridiculous. Ridiculous, because what it does is it keeps our emotions and fires us up to dislike each other and hate each other, so that this can succeed. And we're getting closer and closer to becoming towards Hunger Games, towards what's the movie I'm thinking of? Blade Runner. Towards those, we're getting closer and closer to this, and we need to do something about it. And so, what I would encourage people to do, and I'm going to hopefully encourage some people to do this, and hopefully this thing takes off, is to get people to recognize, look in the mirror, and recognize that, hey, I've got a part of me that's outside of myself that although it's not me, and it's not you, by the way, it's not you at all. It's kind of like an alter ego. It's a duality, good versus evil type of thing, right? And actually, it is directly opposite. What this game does is this game does everything that you and I would never do. You and I would never agree to give a security interest to Bank of America in our name so that they can farm it out to CoreLogic, and CoreLogic can sell it off to ABC Fuck Me Corporation to profit from it. We're the collateral. Okay, that's not us, but we have the collateral asset that we own. So so we have to get control of that. And if we can control that, and take control of that, then we take the power away out of the government and and put it back in our hands. Now, that being said, I want you to one final comment here before I take off. This country is not run by Democrats nor Republicans. Really, it's run by the attorneys, the patent law firms that control everything. Because why? Because everything's patent. Everything's a patent. Anything is a patent, no matter what it is. Anything, and your shit, fart, and piss, it's a patent. Everything is a patent these days that controls us. Things that you don't see. It's the reality. See, we see the visible reality. We see that our reality is shaped by Fox News or CNN or whatever, but that's not really reality. I mean, that's a perception of reality, but the reality is what you don't see. Our reality is shaped by what we don't see. And if you don't know that you're being controlled, and if you don't know that they're using your asset to play a game with so that they can profit, but you have an ownership in, we lose, don't we? So anyhow, that's all I'm going to say for this one. This is an interesting article. I'm not going to go through it all because it's very complex. I'm looking to. I have a Facebook page on my. I think it's mortgage trading or something or other. It's a private page. I will post that up in the next video or post that in this video. You can go and you just got to ask me to join it. I'll let you join it. And this is where all these documents are posted up to. And there's a lot of documents there. And I encourage you to get into it and start reading some of these things. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a struggle for our lives here. It's an existential struggle here. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please put a like, subscribe, and share it, and put some comments in if you'd like. And I will see you again later. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.